The sun is back, but so is the tit sweat. It's a serious issue, and it's not to be taken lightly. It pools actually at the sort of, God, Jesus, I don't need a wash. Bloody hell, didn't need to see that first thing in the morning. Pools at the sort of waistline and actually then seeps out into the slacks. And what I've just noticed here is actually there's a sort of salt line on the slacks from the dried tit sweat. I wonder whether or not there would be any interest. I know there are some fucking freaks out there, man. Whether or not there'd be any interest in me sort of obtaining that salt. You know, you're getting a sort of yield, a salty yield from it. You're farming the salt of the tit sweat. I wonder what it would be like. I wonder what it would be like to season food with, to season your steak as the salt on the salted caramel, as the salt on your chips, the salt that had come all the way from Rankin's tit sweat. For some people, that might be a dream. For others, that might be a true vision of hell. That could be the twisted post-apocalyptic hellscape that the science fiction authors of the Victorian era described. You know, Jules Verne, perhaps, in one of his more fevered dreams, could only imagine a scene as horrifying as perhaps a group of millennial women sprinkling Rankin's tit sweat salt onto avocado on toast and just wolfing it down. Ugh, portion after portion of sourdough with massive holes in it. Don't get me started on sourdough. Unbelievable. You're paying mainly for air. The rest of it's so tough that when you try and cut into it, it just fires across the cafe or the boulangerie or the pâtisserie that you're eating it in. Half your avocado goes on the floor. French bulldog will be there to lap it up. Anyway, back to the tit sweat. I don't know how long it would take me to yield enough of it to warrant, you know, maybe a small vial of this twisted elixir. And really what value it would have, if any. Perhaps it would have a negative value. Perhaps I would need to be paying people to take it. It's capitalism, isn't it? It's both the wonders and the horrors of capitalism bound into one nightmarish package. Again, why does it fall to me to come up with these ideas? Shouldn't there be a think tank or a panel of other fucking lunatics out there that should be having all of these ideas, and just a little note will pop under the door that'll just say, Rankin, bottle your tit sweat, let's dry it up, let's harvest the salt, let's sell it. We'll be millionaires by Harvest Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday, I think. Thursday the 15th of August. Fucking Christ, we're already halfway through this month. I'll be 35 on Sunday. 35 goes around the sun. 35 ejaculations into a sock before washing it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Threshold.fm, welcome to Coffee and Memes, welcome to this nightmarish vision of hell. Guys, we're here, we're doing it, we're getting it done. We're obtaining the grain, we are getting after it. We're just smashing down the barriers put in the way by our own stupid monkey brains. The barriers that the biggest barriers out there, ladies and gentlemen, the barriers we put in the way of ourselves. I take the piss, but I'm also serious. Just have a frickin' word with yourself and think, what am I doing today to really self-sabotage this human train. What absolutely stupid, ridiculous, dumb bitch things am I doing to fuck myself over? And then have a go at stopping doing them. That's easier said than done, right? It's a painful conversation to have with yourself. I have it sometimes whilst in the shower. When the showering is not taken up by the whacking, then sometimes when you ponder the universe, think about what's going on in the world, you think about, just have a little think about, what am I doing to really retard myself, to really slow down progress? Have a think about it, and then think I should stop doing that. But then come back to it a few days later and think, have I stopped doing it? No. It's easier said than done. I wish some of these bloody quote unquote journalists would do this. Well, just not checking spelling, repeating sentences, repeating paragraphs, not doing any research, not citing any data, just fucking banging their heads into a brick wall. Guys, what bull crap have we got for you today? Coast Guard uses hoax story to highlight dangers of inflatables at sea. Sassy Coast Guards having a go at it. Why not? Grandma in hysterics after accidentally eating grandson's cannabis-laced brownies. That is a bit of fun, I will say. There's good value in that. That is worth a look. Men can now buy clear plastic shorts, and they're bound to make people blush. These are delightful. I don't think they would be good in terms of ball sweat. I think they might encourage ball sweat. Let's get these bad boys up. I could see Wesley in a set of these. I really could. He's just this kind of saucy beggar that would rock a pair of these to a pool party. He loves a pool party, just as long as the pool don't get too hot. Know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I can see it. They leave very little to the imagination. Well, I mean, slightly more to the imagination than just wearing Speedos. So, what are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? That's what we got. Dragon Lady spends £61,000 on body modification to become a genderless reptile. Because of reasons, I guess. I guess just because of reasons. Is that a good use of 61 grand? Not for me to say. It's not how I'd use it. I'd buy Trickstar and shut it down. That's how I'd spend 61 grand. Right, guys. Right, lads. Clear out your desks. Come on. Right, turn that stream off. Let's get out of here. Right, sell the CDJs. Come on, we're all going home. Let's all go to the pub. Forget about it. Wow, she's just gone the whole hog, hasn't she? She's got sort of nubbins implanted into her skull. The nose has been sort of flattened. Nubbins around the eyebrows and stuff. Big scaly tats. Big fingernails. She's got it all going on. Whoa! God bless her, each to their own. I'm as long as she's having a good time of it, then yeah! Jesus! Ugh. Wait. Whoa. Yeah, okay, she's keen. 18 horn implants. Well, it's hornier than a teenage boy. What else do we have? Oh, right, okay, yeah, sure. Former estate agent says she used the power of her orgasms to treble her income. She is more terrifying, I would say, than the reptile lady, the dragon lady. Look at those eyes. They are the eyes of a killer. And still there, even in a different picture, still there. Well, look, she's obtaining that grain. She is wanking herself rich. She's getting it done. Sisters are doing it for themselves. God bless her. But she does look quite terrifying. What else do we have? Woman hides in car boot to catch friend trying to hit on her boyfriend. The boyfriend is in on it, apparently. So, keen to find out what goes on there. These Queensland cops have found the super high purity MDMA, 90 million quid's worth of it, so they are getting gurney tonight. Some faces will fall in the Queensland Police Headquarters tonight as they test the purity of that one. God, mate. God. I fucking love solving crimes with you, mate. It's just, you're such a great cop. You deserve a promotion, mate. You'll make a fucking great sergeant one day, mate. Seriously, mate, you're so good at solving crimes. I wish I was as good at solving crimes as you. You know, like when people talk, they keep the teeth together, but keep talking. Yeah, you're really good at solving crimes, mate. Seriously. And like, I think I could learn a lot from you as a cop. No, seriously, mate. No, I mean it. Come here. No. What was I saying? Huh? What? What's my show called? Huh? Oh, God. It's actually starting to make me feel like I was actually on pills. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I'm not sure I like that. Farmers jailed for trying to smuggle pig cum into Australia to create super sows. It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it? Oh, imagine having to phone your wife about that. Babe. Babe, yeah, I've got some bad news for you, babe. No, I'm in the nick. Yeah. No, you're not going to believe this, but yeah. No, babe, listen to me, babe. Babe, stop crying, babe. They caught me with a load of pig cum. Yeah, actual pig. Yeah, no, I was trying to create a super sow. Fucking super sow. Babe, you know, I've been going, yeah, I know, like I've been saying, it's fucking super, that's the dream. Yeah, you're going to have to come, babe, shut up, babe, focus. You got to come and pick me up, babe. All these cops here, though, they're acting really weird. They keep telling each other they love each other. It's fucking weird. No, I'm not going to get the comeback, babe. That's why they arrested me. I think the dreams of the super sour out the window, babe. Babe. You got to babe. Scientists invent chip that zaps obese people's brains when they want to eat. Are we taking it that far? Neural implants. Is this really what the obesity crisis has come to? Fucking neural implants to try and make people stop eating. Why not just, like, don't want to get too bloody reductive on this, but if you only eat the right foods, it's very difficult to eat so much of them that you put on weight. Like, don't make me get into this. Do not push me down a fucking nutrition rant, because I know no one likes it, not even me. I'm making fools of everyone. All I'm saying, yeah, just eat predominantly high quality animal products, eggs, meats, decent stuff. You'd be hard pushed to eat enough for them to put on. Anyway, guys, talking of horse pills or not, horse waits for a train on South Shields metro platform. He's just going out. He's going out for a night on the town. Can leave the geezer alone. He knows what he's doing. He's just going about his horsey business. He's going for a night out on the town. God, fuck off. Jesus Christ. Forget it. Shoe Slingers. Road to Nowhere by Kedzierski. That's a weird bit. I like it. Forbidden by Furnace. The Ripper by Ulterior Motive. Bada by Nuclear. Tomahawk. Acrid. Coincidences. Askell. So, yeah, I mean, that may or may not make sense to anyone listening, but let's get into it. This Road to Nowhere bit by Kedzierski. Nice bit. He did that acid trip, acid drops, played a little bit weird. It's got a sort of modular vibe to it. I think, bit of modular vibe. I mean, this perpetual state of, do I get all my modular gear set up again, or do I just fucking sell it, that I've been in for about the last 5 years? Answers on a postcard for that one. Kedzierski. I'm into this. Strongs. Yeah, this is really cool. This is called Road to Nowhere by Kedzierski. Good bit, I don't fucking know. It's on the Sweet Box, Pick and Mix, 011. Andrak is in the chat. Guten Morgen, mein Freund. Wie geht's? Oh, wow, total hammergeil. Yeah, man, that's Road to Nowhere by Kije, I guess. Kije. Kije. Don't at me. I like that a lot. I like these sort of weirder numbers, like the stuff Submarine's doing, and other people of a like kind. It kind of makes me want to make music again. I haven't made music in ages. It's not like I've been flowing over the brim with spare time, whilst seemingly endlessly moving house and studios, doing all threshold stuff, trying to make a living at the same time. Also now I've moved into a shithole shell of a house which we're doing up, which is taking up some time. But I haven't also had so much the desire to make music, probably going along the lines of the last 5 or 6 years of the intense over-questioning of my own abilities and own creative output and sort of inability to look at anything objectively or actually just finish a piece of music and get on with it. So don't worry, guys, out there that managed to get records to 95% finished and then just can't quite tip it over the edge. That's all of us. That's 95% of the fucking industry of even people that have been in the game for 20 years. So don't feel bad about it, guys. But that, I don't know, yeah. I mean, am I going to start get back into making fucking rowdy bangers again? Probably not. Don't play out that much. It doesn't, they're most fun for when you get to play your own records in clubs. That's when making the really super rowdy bangers really come into their own. But don't play out that much more anymore. That's fine. I'm not trying to make it my thing. So maybe I should start a new project. That's great. Well, that's what I need right now, a new project. So I could get a load of stuff to 95% finish under a different name. No, maybe, I don't know. Maybe a new thing, a different name, something a bit weird. Something like that. Something where it's not just like, hey, let's make fucking amen bangers. Hey, let's make some stuff with some gabba kicks. Come on. Then let's listen to an audio tune and hate myself. Like, let's listen to some Killbox mixdowns and cry in the dark. Yeah, great ideas. What I need to do is just buy some more plugins. I need to buy more VSTs, and that will make my mixdown suck less. No, just actually getting on with it, finishing it, and just accepting your place in the pack, and that, you're probably not going to be noisier. That's fine. Noisier and noisier. You don't have to be noisier. You can just be you. Make something that's different from what other people are making, then you don't have to compare it to anyone. That's a nice idea, isn't it? Make yourself incomparable. Great idea. Then you don't have to go, oh, well, I'll just see how it sounds next to some Spore. Yeah, don't. I'll just see how it sounds next to Mephius, just get an idea of volume. Don't do it yourself. Why bother? Go and get a fucking audio engineering degree. Learn how all the numbers work, yeah? Learn how all the numbers and all the buttons work. Yeah. Then do it for fucking years, yeah? Then maybe start comparing yourself to those ones, because, and what are you striving? Do you just want to make Mephius tunes? What's the point in that? Mephius is always going to make them better than yours. Again, make something completely different. Make something that is incomparable from anyone else. That's how you're going to stand out. When you go to a club, you hear 100 records over a night, probably more. And most people there are on drugs. So how are you going to stand out in front of 100 people on drugs? And they're, how are they going to remember your record at the end of the night? That's the question. That's the one to think about. Is it because you've got the sound of someone just screaming endlessly into the night throughout it? That probably remember it, but maybe not. They're maybe not going to go out and buy that. Well, no one's going to go out and buy it. No one buys records anymore. Beatport have just got this bloody thing now where it's all going to be streaming now. You just get a subscription and have anything you want. Great for DJs. Don't imagine it's that great for producers. It's just the way the fucking world works, isn't it? So, anyway, that's that rant over. Oh, fucking hell, Oliver Hooper. You absolute bad man. Cheers, buddy boy. You're a good lad, aren't you? Anyway, so that's Rankin's life advice for the day. Let's get back to the freaking news. Cheers, Ollie. You're an absolute sage individual. And I love you dearly. I will be up in London soon and we can have a roll. I'm still not going to let you tap me, though. Guys, Coast Guard uses hoax story to highlight dangers of inflatables at sea. The Coast Guard agency is using a viral story that never happened. Fake news. You're fake news. You're fake news. You're fake news, Coast Guard, as a way to remind people the dangers of being at sea. The story goes that a family billed rescuers £7 for compensation for the cost of a lilo when they rescued their child but left the lilo in the water in Cornwall. Well, I think the worst part of that is the Coast Guard clearly littering with non-biodegradable plastics in the ocean. The fucking Coast Guard should know better than that in this story that never actually happened. The family were then sent an invoice of £7,000, the cost of the rescue. However, the Maritime and Coast Guard has said the story was a hoax. In fact, it is believed that it is an anecdote from the 1980s that resurfaced, but is not believed to have actually happened. All right, 80s fake news. Cool. The Coast Guard said, we're aware that there is a story going around on social media today claiming that the family made a claim against a Coast Guard helicopter base for the loss of an inflatable following an incident. We'd like to point out that we've never had a helicopter known as Coast Guard 771, and we have no record of anyone contacting any of our bases to claim any money for an inflatable lost at sea. We do, however, urge people not to use inflatable toys at the coast, as they're not designed to be used in the sea and can actually have very dangerous, can be very dangerous to use them. We will always answer the 999 call when we are needed. We will always respond in a maritime emergency without counting the cost. Hashtag always on call. Our brave boys in the Coast Guard, our brave boys and girls out there just getting it done, slinging dick and rescuing kids off inflatables. Just getting it done. Guys, what else have we got? Aaron Banks tweets jokes about Greta Thunberg being in a yacht accident. Good times. Grandma in hysterics after accidentally eating grandson's cannabis-laced brownies. This sounds like a hoot. Let's have a go. Oh, she's keen. Yep, she's fucked. Yeah, she's got into the Matrix. In fairness, we don't know what she's like sober. She could be like this all the time. Mad bitch. Just watching medical adverts. Well, she's absolutely off her tits. Wow. Wow. Okay. Getting grandma drunk has always been a pastime that kids have been on board with. But getting her stoned is an entirely different thing. But that's what happens to this grandmother when she ate her grandson's hash brownies without realising they were laced with da herb. He said, "My grandmother ate my edibles. I'm crying." Inevitably, the giggles kicked in as he filmed her as she sat in her black leather recliner trying to get hold of a drink from the cup holder. But she was unable to get to it. No, she wasn't. We saw her take it. She was unable to get to it and sat back, swigging away to herself. What? Oh, sat back singing away to herself. No, she picks it up. You see it in the fucking video. She picked it up. Have you not even watched the video? Claire Gilbody Dickerson. Not heard of you before, Claire, and hopefully won't again. She then bursts out laughing again as she reaches to get her glass, using both hands to drink it and manages to take a cautious sip. Eventually, she calms down a bit as she sways in circles and starts humming away to herself. She then requested that the grandson put on her favourite Peter Tosh record, Legalise It, and invited others not to criticise it. Good stuff. Well, that's a bit fun, wasn't it? No, that's wrong. Guys, do we need to cover any more on these clear plastic shorts? I mean, is there any need to go over them? I should have worn those at Pride, although no one likes the cocktails. Yeah, wow. I mean, you could make these out of recycled plastic bags, couldn't you? That'd be a nice way to recycle plastic bag. I don't think there's anything more to be had out of that. Listen, Prototype releasing records again. How about that? This is called Forbidden by Furnace. Obs, Prototype releasing Foghorn now. This is Forbidden by Furnace. It's on Prototype. Andy Golly calling it metallic whale song. Seems like a reasonable description. Yeah, man, that's Forbidden by Furnace. It's on Prototype. There's another bit on the other side. Two tracks released at once on the same release. Imagine that. Imagine that. Guys, former estate agent says she used the power of her orgasms to treble her income. Well, don't worry, lads. I'll have a word with the chaps at the Patriarchy. See if we can get that down by 20%. Not mine. She looked mad. She looks wild. She looks a bit terrifying. God bless her. Venus O'Hara claims she trebled her income thanks to the power of her orgasms. Want an easy way to increase your income, get success, and make all your dreams come true? Just have a wank. That's the message Venus O'Hara wants to send. Venus is a former estate agent who claims to have trebled her income and found her perfect house thanks to the power of her orgasms. Wow. Venus, who comes from Manchester but now lives in Barcelona, uses a technique called sexual transmutation, which involves harnessing her sexual energy to make her goals reality. Handily, she also managed to land a job reviewing sex toys, designed her own, and writing sex columns for major publications, so anytime she masturbates, she can say it's work. Lucky. Okay. I have an orgasmic lifestyle, says Venus. Every day is a climax. Every single orgasm I've had since March 2018 has had an intention behind it. Terrifying. Having read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, I discovered sexual transmutation, which is the process of converting sexual energy into a higher goal. Sexual energy is the most helpful energy you can have. Until now, it has been repressed by religion and dumbed down by porn, which has not helped us to use it in a constructive way. But it can be harnessed through meditation and visualization. For example, if I want something, I imagine what it feels and looks like, and to make that desire stronger, I stimulate myself. Let's just for a second, just imagine if it was a fella. Just imagine if it was a lad going, I used to be an estate agent and that, like, but then I had an idea that if I just thought about something that I really wanted, and then I cracked one out, it just sort of came to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone would be like, yeah, you're a freak. Get out of here. Go away. You're weird. I do not want to hear about your wanking or your cash. Or you just, I don't want any of it. It's called sexual transmutation and I like, fuck off. Get out. Like, no, this is a celebratory article about Venus. I will be really thinking about the intention. It takes me 45 minutes each day and it has completely changed my life. I don't think it's the wanking part of it that is that's really what's going on here. I reckon if you just did some really serious visualization and thought about something you want, really aimed yourself at it, and then worked really hard for it, I think that's what's going on there. I think I hypothesize that you could ignore the wanking part of it and still reap the vast majority, if not all, of the benefits. Venus says that her orgasm method has helped her to get her dream apartment and treble her income. Imagine giving this as advice. I mean, imagine giving this as advice to young men. Guys, what you got to do, think about what you want. Really think about it. What, do you want this particular car? You want this particular job? Hey, you want this particular lifestyle? Think about it really hard, almost till it hurts, then crack one out. You're like, huh? What? Why? Why the... I get the thinking about the thing that you want, the goal. It's important to have goals. I get that bit, but then why the hairy-handed workout straight after? It just really underlines it. You know, it's the real full stop at the end of the thought. The signing, sealing, and delivering the goal in a little spunky package. She started by imagining her bank balance increasing while having an orgasm. And she says that she was given more work immediately after that. All right, mate. I've cleared all my debts, claims Venus. Oh, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll just think about my debts going, and whilst, you know, it's worth a try. It doesn't cost you anything, does it? Look, this is free. Yeah, guys, you're not. Is she selling some sort of course? Has she got an ebook? Does she have a Patreon account? This is a long article. Jesus, look at it all. We're not getting through this. This is a weird one. There's a lot to it. I don't know if it's not working out. Keep the toxic pressure to lose weight away from masturbation. What? What about, let's keep the toxic pressure to earn more, the toxic pressures of capitalism, away from masturbation. This, do you reckon it's going to be written by, this is Ellen Scott here writing this one. She writes a lot of this crap. The toxic, do you reckon it's going to be her on this one as well? This is going to be a big one. Yeah. So again, keep the toxic pressure to lose weight away from masturbation. What the fuck? How are they... When I receive a press release for a calorie counting vibrator, I'm not even surprised. Yeah, that's because you write these all sorts of... Yeah, I bet you were over the fucking moon that you get to write some dog shit article about it. The toxic pressure to lose weight. Imagine the toxic pressure to be healthy. The toxic pressure to be at a healthy weight. Imagine the toxicity of that. That's hilarious, a calorie counting vibrator. Why not? You know, why not wank your way to a healthy weight? The toxicity that, no, we should just all be grotesquely overweight and just wanking ourselves all day, not doing anything of value to society. Just strumming one out. At least our lass here, as wacky as she looks, she is clearly contributing to society. She's generating income. She's growing the economy and whacking away at the same time. I mean, she looks like she's at a healthy weight. She's certainly got a glow about her, shall we say. She does look like someone that, just that look in her eyes does say she's just thinking about where her next wank's coming from. Hey, Nick, she's smashing it. You know, God bless her. Like, go girl. Like, good for her. I might give it a try. Shall I give it a try for a week and then we'll see what happens? Like, I'll really intensely think about what I want for Threshold. Really think about growing the audience, really expanding the remit of the content. Really just getting the guests I want. Not just strumming out at the same time. Get some really big guest on. Like, I don't know who that would be, but they're like, yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Obviously, I reached out, and what I did is before I reached out to you, I imagined that I wanted you to come on the show, and I had a wank. I used the thing that's called sexual. Hey, come back! Where are you going? Oh God! Oh, the world of the metro. What to do? Now I want to use the sacred sexual energy and helping women to explore themselves. Hey, we all want to help women explore themselves. To be clear, just so you don't quit your job and start masturbating for hours a day, Venus doesn't just lie back an orgasm and wait for the money to arrive. Yeah, no shit. The power of her orgasm is all about changing her mindset and manifesting her goals. Sort of like creating a vision board. But she still does the work to bring in the funds. Writing a blog, running a YouTube channel, doing affiliate marketing and sponsored reviews. She has also written 3 books, collaborating on a beginner's guide to BDSM, that's bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission, sadism and masochism, okay, and a sexual vocabulary book called English for Perverts, and an erotic memoir, The Mask of Venus. Well, I'll stick all those on my Amazon wishlist. Venus has completely changed her lifestyle since quitting the real estate game. Her progress isn't as simple as just throwing in some vibrators. She said, back in 2009, after the financial crash, I was working in luxury real estate on a commission-only basis with no salary. I'd be showing people these amazing properties from Monday to Friday, and sometimes not making a single euro, or going home to an empty fridge. But then I started strumming it out, and now look where I am. Guys, that's enough of Venus for now, but I hope she's been an inspiration to you all. What have we got? The Ripper by Ulterior Motive. Let's do it. Yeah, so it turns out, she is selling something. It's books. And pingers. She's selling gurners. Guys, I'm afraid there is no rankings records today as I have to work. It pains me as much as it pains you. Probably pains me a bit more, actually. Yeah, Chode, I'm afraid you are right. One of these stupid things like offer someone 500 quid to change their name to Kenny Ken back to back with Kenny Ken. He's spending a few more hours at the coalface. Yes, obviously it is worth it. Chode, I can do you that solid. I can update. I will today on the podcast. I will update a load of old Rankins Records recordings on the podcast today. That much I can promise you. Yeah, t-shirts, right. It's a good, we have got to get this money together for Kenny Ken back to back Kenny Ken. So yeah, I will do a t-shirt. I think probably there might be some issues. I don't want to upset the real Kenny Ken by with the t-shirt. So I think perhaps decent t-shirts to say I donated money to a lobster-based death cult, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. That seems like a fun t-shirt. We'll get them up, sell. Don't know how many of them you need to sell to make a few. Yeah. Can't start GoFundMe for it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, oh god, this is too funny. Guys, what have we got left here? Let's do this. Farmer jailed for trying to smuggle pig semen into Australia to create a supercell, mate. Oh no, Stuart Perry. God. Oh, just fuck the preamble. Not interested in it. 2 men from Western Australia have been sentenced to 2 years behind bars. Wow, for their involvement in an illegal semen racket that's sole purpose was to create super pigs in the land down under. Sounds outrageous, right? Tobin Sorensen, managing director of the GD Pork Piggery, and Henning Lau, his production manager, both pled guilty for their elaborate project, which spanned from 2009 to 2017. They brought the semen from Denmark back into Australia in shampoo bottles. I mean, if anything is going to pass that type of bodily fluid, it's going to be shampoo. Now, you're probably wondering why Denmark is the home of these super pigs. According to Vice News, the semen, the pigs, not Danish people. Stuart Perry's arc was such a wind-up. Over there leads to loads of baby pigs, and their meat is apparently leaner and better quality than your average porker. During the course of these 2 blokes' operation, they managed to inseminate nearly 200 pigs, which created 10 times as many piglets. Why is it illegal, though? Where's the crime? What's the crime? That's a lot of pigs. The reason why it's so illegal in Australia is because naturally, as an island nation, we have some pretty strict rules about what comes into the country. Quarantine officers are keen to stop anything that could potentially disrupt or destroy our local agricultural practices, especially porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome or blue ear pig disease. All right. When investigators were zeroing in on these 2 guys, they had to do genetic tests on some of the pigs by taking hair samples. Sure enough, they were found to have Danish heritage. Let's keep the Danish pigs out of Australia, yeah? These Danish pigs coming over here. Coming over here, mate. These fucking Danish pigs. They're getting on our welfare system, on our benefits, and it's a disgrace. They're freeloaders and grubs. Sure enough, they were found to have Danish heritage, but thankfully, because they were free of disease, they weren't killed by authorities. But they were turned into delicious porky sausages. 2 years sounds like a lot for pig semen racket. But Sorensen will be eligible for release after 18 months. Good behaviour. And law after 8 months. GD Pork has also been fined a casual 500,000 Australian dollars, roughly £400. But that will be a tough bill to pay considering it's gone into liquidation, according to the ABC. Well, that was a fun story, completely butchered, if you'll excuse the pun, by Stuart Perry of the Lad Bible. He really knows how to suck the joy and the humour out of something, and you would think that pig semen racket would be something you could get some genuine laughs out of, but not when Stuart Perry is drunk at the controls, almost certainly writing on Ambien at 3 o'clock in the morning after he's been out to a sex club, and slung it about a bit. But, we muster on, even in the face of just horrendous conditions. We're here to get it done. Guys, it's the end of the show. I'm tremendously thankful for your listenership, and I enjoy doing this very, very much. You might be able to tell, even though sometimes it makes me want to bang my head into the desk looking at the true state of the insane clown world that we live in. But, someone's got to report on this shit, haven't they? Someone's got to be the conduit from dreadful news websites to your mind, and it might as well be me. If not me, then who? Right? Who else is better equipped for this job? I know I have no formal qualifications. None. I have a double C in science. Okay? I have a double C in science at GCSE. Other than that, I have no formal qualifications. I have no formal training in anything. Okay? But if not me to be the conduit betwixt bullshit and brain, who? I'm prepared to take suggestions. If you feel there's someone else, Wesley Snipes maybe, who might like to take over this role, who you think could do a better job, who you'd be more happy to listen to, that's fine. I'm all ears. I'm not saying I'll do anything about it, but keen to hear. Maybe you've decided you want Benny L to do it. I don't know. I don't know much about him. Maybe you've decided you want the actor that played Beppe DeMarco in EastEnders. Perhaps he could do a better job than I could. Perhaps he's still got a goatee beard. I don't know. But again, it's up to you guys. It's your show. I mean, I know I'm the host, but really, it's you guys at the wheel. It's your responsibility, not mine. I take no responsibility for any of this show whatsoever. Guys, VIP list. Thank you so much to everyone on the VIP list who's helping to keep this crazy train on the track. We're one person now away from 100 people on Patreon, and when we hit that 100 mark, we will have Whiskey and Memes, which will be a drunken rant show. Which I don't know where that's going to go, but we'll see, won't we? I think that's one of those ones where let's just turn it on and we'll course correct as we go. I'm both scared and excited at the same time. But yep, if you want to support on Patreon, there are links on the YouTube video. Also, if you go to threshold.fm and go to donate, it's there. You can support for as little as $1 a month. Guys, and if you support for $10 a month, you get your name on the list. It's Greg Crawford, Oliver Hooper, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matty Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, James Parry, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Scriffington, Liam the Menace, Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, a guy with no STDs, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphries, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Dark Progressive, Psytrance, actually superior to drum and bass, Nicolas Lorcy, Kris Breaks, The Bill, Karissa Barthelson, Odium Bates, Lee Fuller D, Daniel Genvy, Flaxis, Matt Wright, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robertson, Dab Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy, Cosmic Waff, Meat Loaf, Nip Brock, Sean Simpson, Robin Card, Sam House, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitchmouths, L Tech Willay, Ben Vogo, Dan Tweed, Lupe Zalazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Carl Williams, Tom Skipper, unfortunately it's George DC, Anthony Sharp, Claudio Love, Schmidt and Benage. Guys, I love you. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. There's no Rankins Records at 3 p.m. today. I apologise for that. It is what it is. But I'll do my best to get some of the older shows, the post-Ram special shows, up on the podcast today, which you can listen to instead. Guys, I love you. I'll be nothing without you. I'll see you tomorrow.